claim is done, you can press the claim. Yeah, cost gold. Or if not, you can hit no I cannot, and it just starts the progress all over again. Alright, so now that we have the claim, we can declare war. And this will again be a pretty easy battle too. One of the things you can look at during the battle is if we're getting an advantage using our special troops, it'll highlight in green, and if it's a disadvantage, it'll highlight in red. We both have the same men-at-arms, so it's not going to make a difference. And we won. Captured the ruler. Fun thing about battles is that if you capture the leader of the territory, you automatically win. We'll start pressing a claim on Athlone. So we have 2 skill points. Organized March is extremely useful to take. It increases the movement speed of your units by 15%, so it'll be easier to chase down units. And then you can either go for Parthian tactics or hit and run tactics, depending on what you have in your military. Both of them are good. I take them eventually. These basically just give flat bonuses to your troops. You can hover over toughness and pursuit. Pursuit basically means casualties as they're retreating, and then toughness is just overall damage that they do. We have skirmishers, so we'll go with Parthian tactics for now. And one of the things I'm going to buy before we declare war again is I'm going to buy some mangonels, in case we run into another castle. That'll greatly speed up the process. Alright, and we got our claim done. We're going to go into a little bit of debt, but it'll definitely be worth not having to wait again. And we can start another claim while we wait. Alright, now that we're not in debt, we can declare war again. And it's ours. So this is what I was talking about with control. Click on this. The redder the territory is, the lower the control is going to be. So with a really low control, you're not going to get really any bonuses from the buildings, and you're going to have a lower income from owning it. So if you don't need to train commanders, or you don't really need to worry about your levies being reinforced as fast, it's good to just plop this guy on control. Now that I've finished what I want from the strategist tree, I basically always take the same for Parthian tactics, organized march, hit and run, and engineered for destruction. These pretty much all give you bonuses to make your military just overall better. If you really want to, you could go for sappers if you don't have the innovation to get like catapults, because this will just give a flat bonus for sieging. So what I usually like to go to is, there's 2 routes you can go. You could either do stewardship or diplomacy. Diplomacy tends to only really be needed if you either A, want to grab Groom to Rule, which gives extra skill points to all of your children, or if you have a lot of vassals, then you could take, like, for example, defensive negotiations, which increases vassal opinion, but it's not really necessary. One of the other things that's nice is that you can get the Ducal Conquest Casus Belli and the Forced Vassalization Casus Belli. Those are also very useful, but we're not really going to worry about that right now. We're actually going to go for the wealth focus, so that way we can get more gold going. Our first ally is actually calling us to war. So you're pretty much going to want to always accept it, whether or not you actually want to, because if you don't, you're going to lose fame, and you're going to lose prestige, and it's kind of annoying. But if you don't care, go for it. Decline it. Screw it. But this should be a pretty easy fight. We're going up against that guy, and our strength alone is already better than his, so we'll accept it. It'll also give us something to do while we wait. So usually I like to just go straight for the capital. And look at that. We kidnapped him, so we instantly won. You can hit change objectives to change which county you want to go to. We'll just worry about Lannister for now. So, since we're just taking one chunk of his kingdom, one of the things you can look at is these blue dotted lines. this will signify what the war goal is. So as long as we take this, we'll get an upticking war score. So we have the territory that we need. So theoretically, if we wanted to, we could just hold on to this and wait for the war score to tick all the way up to 100. It's only really useful to do that if we were, for example, taking over England. If we were taking, like, I don't know, Cornwall or something, and they were at war, we're not going to be able to beat their army head on. But if they're distracted by somebody else, we could just take this one county, hold it, and eventually the war score will get up to where we need to. But since he's pretty weak, we're just going to, you know, kick his butt. And we took all his territories, so that's also pretty much an automatic win. First perk you're going to want to usually take with stewardship is golden obligations. Anytime we have a hook on somebody, we can use that to demand a payment. Alright, so we got enough points to pick a dynasty legacy. Now these are basically flat bonuses that will go across your entire dynasty. So your son will get this bonus, his son will get this bonus, so on and so forth. So you're going to want to look at these legacies. These are all based on what your playstyle is going to be. So, for example, blood. If you're trying to make those super soldiers, this is all about congenital traits. You even get to pick a congenital trait that's pretty much always in your dynasty. Glory is basically if you're being diplomatic. Gives bonuses to prestige, knights. Increases your vassal limit. Kin. Since we're just doing a beginning guide, we're just going to go with warfare. It's just going to increase our prowess and how well our knights do for now. Unfortunately, you cannot declare war right after you win. You have a truce. And how long is that truce? You have to click on yourself and see the truce. 3 years. So that's going to take a while, so we'll start fabricating a claim on somebody else. Alright, next stewardship skill, vassal tax contribution. That's going to make it so all the vassals who pay taxes to you, all 2 of them, give you a little bit more. And yeah, so we got that claim down. We'll go to war, you know, right away. Alright. We're slowly getting there. Hopefully we can do it before Murchad dies. One of the things that happens as you expand is you could go over your domain limit. When you do that, you get a penalty to levies and the gold that you've taken. If you don't want to deal with it at all, you can hit Grant to. You click on the area, the plot of land that has the name on it. If you just click over here or over here, you're not going to see anything, or even over here. So you click on that, grant to. We'll just give it to our son. One of the benefits of that is, one, he'll, you know, probably not go to war with you. You can negotiate an alliance. You could use the hook to negotiate the alliance if you want. Kind of pointless right now, but he'll also eventually start making gold, and you can demand the payment. And that's the real reason why you want to give him land. So that way they can pay us for all the good we've done raising him. Oh, look at that. Looks like we have somebody with a claim. Go for it. No, that's not good. So that's what happens when you eat cereal instead of paying attention to the game. So we had a giant, massive army come in and smack us, and they actually captured our leader, which caused us to immediately lose. Next, stewardship, detailed ledgers. Alright, one of the other things I like to go for is the administrator branch. One of the things I really like to get from this are large levies, maybe likable if you're having issues with your vassals. That's about it though. Okay, declare war. So, our spy master finally died. When it comes to picking council positions, there's two things you want to look at. The actual skill, and then their rank. Because if your powerful vassals don't have a seat on the council, they'll be all pissy with you. Unfortunately for spy master, I usually just go with the highest intrigue because you really don't want to get assassinated. That's really annoying. It just so happens to be that our son is also a powerful vassal, so it works out. So, to form the Kingdom of Ireland, the thing we gotta look for is how many counties we need, how many duchies we need, and the amount of gold. So we need to make one county, which will cost about 125 gold, I believe. 250 gold, never mind. Always a good idea to check your alliances, because if the ruler that you made an alliance with dies, you lose the alliance. So we'll marry off some daughters. Alright, the next thing we're going to go for, just because we're trying to get the Kingdom of Ireland, is we're actually going to go for Majesty focus, or Foreign Affairs, either one works. And we're going to go down the Diplomat, and going to take Ducal Conquest to get that 20% off title creation. Once you get your 2 duchies, bam, bam, you then pay the 500 gold to make the Kingdom of Ireland, and you are now a king. And yeah, we'll take over Mayo, have the complete kingdom, and yeah. Alright, that's it. We own all of Ireland. We are, the king. Once you get to this point, you could pretty much go anywhere. You could start conquering Wales, you could try to take on Brittany, you could head south. You could go anywhere. You could try taking on Wales. The title that's above the Kingdom of Ireland is the Empire of Britannia, which you could try and go for if you wanted to. You can go up and get Iceland if you wanted to. It's all up to you. You do whatever you want to do. It's your choice. But that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like it if you want to see more Crusader Kings 3 tutorial videos. I'll try to put out another one next week. That's it.